Yes, people, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel, where it is time for Bundesliga match week number 10 of the 21-22 Bundesliga season. Now let's have a quick look how everyone did in match week number 9. I have to say, it was going very, very well for me, and then all of a sudden you come to the evening games on Saturday and then the games on Sunday, and I went a bit pear-shaped. As well. The Hat managed to get 3, so very, very well done to the Hat there as well. Obviously, can only apologise for last week as well. It was a bit of a mistake on my part, but I managed to rectify that. And obviously, the Hat with home win, away win, and draw will come right at the end as well. So we will check on how everyone did then. Nobody lost to the Hat this week. The Hat got 3. So in the 4s, there was Sportcat 1. 4, Reese Devils Rising 4, Balam 4, JB 4, Shane O'Donnell 4, Asian Sensational FC 4, and James Dunlop all on 4. And then you have myself on 5 points. And then you've got the people who got 6. The 6 was the highest score this week was Lanzo, Sean Brennan, and Chris Welsh, all on 6 points. So very, very well done to all of you. Brilliant. So we will see how well you all do in match week number 10. And now we have, to start things off on Friday evening, we have Hoffenheim against Hertha Berlin. It is 4 wins to Hoffenheim and 1 win to Hertha Berlin. The last result was a 2-1 win to Hoffenheim. Well, you'd have to say that that Hoffenheim, how did they do? Yeah, a 4-0 defeat to Bayern Munich. Look, it wasn't the best of performances, and they were helped out by some shoddy defending, you'd have to say, as well. Obviously, one of the goals, like Kramaric, I think the ball bounces off him, goes to Upamecano. I think he plays on Gnabry. I think it's Gnabry, isn't it, that gets that goal. Kingsley Coman, of course, as well. So disappointing for Hoffenheim, but I've been very impressed with them recently, and I think they've been very, very good indeed. And you know, a defeat to Bayern Munich is not the end of the world anyway. Hertha Berlin managed to get a 1-0 win over Borussia Mönchengladbach in the last match as well. So a very, very impressive result. You have to say, you know, it was coming. It was coming. I mean, Hertha Berlin took their one chance and they scored from it. You know, Mönchengladbach had the better of the second half. Had a goal ruled out for offside as well. Obviously, Breel Mbolo was offside. He took the shot. Alisson Player puts in the back of the net, but it was ruled out for offside. So disappointing, you would have to say there. So I'm going to go for a Hoffenheim win. I think it will be a very close game, this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Hoffenheim. I think it will be a very, very close encounter as well. And now we have Bayer Leverkusen against managerless Wolfsburg. 2 wins to Leverkusen, 2 wins to Wolfsburg, and 1 draw. The last result was a 1-0 win to Wolfsburg. Bayer Leverkusen let slip a 2-goal lead in the Rhine derby against FC Köln. Managed to get a 2-2 in the end, but disappointing result because he had to be 2-0 up for very, very good finishes from Patrick Schick as well. So very, very disappointing result for them. However, it was a very, very good derby, pretty emotional derby, you'd have to say as well. But yeah, great advert for the Bundesliga. Of course, Wolfsburg, as I have said, they are now managerless. They did sack Mark van Bommel straight after the game against Freiburg the weekend. Look, the thing is with Wolfsburg, they have been on a really poor run. Started so well as well. They started really, really well, and it's just ever so slightly gone a little bit pear-shaped for them as well. I think that's 8 games now without a win as well. And their form in the Champions League hasn't been any better either as well. So how do I see this one going? This is a really tricky one to call. Obviously, people would probably look to Leverkusen to win it, but I just think with no Mark van Bommel now at the helm of Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg can go out, play as freely as they like, and I think they could actually win this one. I'm actually going to go for a surprise here. I'm going to go for a Wolfsburg away win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Wolfsburg, and I do think that the Wolfsburg, even though they don't have a manager, I can see them going to Leverkusen and actually winning. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Wolfsburg in that one. And now we have Borussia Dortmund against FC Köln. 3 wins to Dortmund, 1 win to Köln and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-1 win to FC Köln. But what I will say, Borussia Dortmund won by 3-1 against Arminia Bielefeld. Very, very good. Emre Can with a penalty. An absolute fantastic strike from Mats Hummels on the volley into the back of the net. Arminia Bielefeld will be sick and tired of seeing Mats Hummels, you'd have to say as well. But cracking finish. And then a bit of absolute brilliance from Jude Bellingham, who is just getting better and better and better. Whizzed through a couple of defenders and just chipped the ball into the back of the net. Yes, I know the Arminia Bielefeld player did try his very, very best to clear it, but obviously goal line technology well on the referee's watch, and it was a goal. It was a cracking goal as well. Obviously check it out if you haven't seen it. It was a cracking finish from Jude Bellingham as well. FC Köln managed to get a 2-2 with Bayer Leverkusen. Really good result, that one. Antonio Modeste getting both goals as well. And you have to say it was a very, very good game, that one. FC Cologne did go 2-0 down at half-time, but they always have that fighting spirit, and that's what I like about FC Cologne this season. They seem to have found a little bit of a fighting spirit this season as well. Borussia Dortmund have still not got a clean sheet, and they are now without Erling Haaland until early 2022 because of a hip flexor muscle injury, which is a huge, huge blow for them, you'd have to say. So very, very disappointing for Dortmund to lose out on that. But they still have Daniel Malen. They've got Jude Bellingham as well to come in. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Dortmund. I think Dortmund will just scrape through this one. And now we have winningless Arminia Bielefeld against VFB Mainz. 2 wins to Bielefeld, 2 draws and 1 win to Mainz. The last result was a 2-1 win to Bielefeld. Funnily enough, Mainz met Bielefeld in the DFL Pokal last night, and it was a 2-2 draw as well. So very, very interesting as well. But Arminia Bielefeld, 3-1 defeat to Dortmund. But, I have to say I was very, very impressed with the way that, Dortmund played in that game. Yeah, they got the goal in the end. Dortmund, you don't really trust them with clean sheets, and I think it was a very good finish. It was a good penalty finish from the kid as well, and I do think that they can go into this game against Mainz. This is another tough one to call because Mainz won by 4-1 against Augsburg. Really, really impressive result, that one. 4-1 in the end. Obviously went 3-0 up, 3-1 and then 4-1. Cracking result from Mainz. So they're just getting better and better as well, you'd have to say. Looking at this game, Bielefeld will probably look at this one and maybe think, yeah, we can maybe get something from this. But I'm just going to go for the away side here. I think Mainz will just win this one. And I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to VFB Mainz 05 in this one. And now we have a very good matchup between Union Berlin and Bayern Munich. It is 2 wins to Munich and 2 draws. The last result was a 1-1 draw between this side. What I will say is Union Berlin did get a 1-1 draw with Stuttgart. Very unlucky to not win it in the end. Taiwo Awoniyi has scored his 7th goal of the season in the Bundesliga, and he is just getting better and better and better. He could be a big, big threat in this game. Bayern Munich had a 4-0 win over Hoffenheim. Good to see Kingsley Coman back on the score sheet. Obviously, he did have, I think it was heart surgery. Was it heart surgery? Quite recently. So nice to see him back on the football field as well. Serge Gnabry scored a very good goal in that one. Robert Lewandowski, absolute cracking goal as well. So, Bayern Munich are in very, very good form. But just look at this Union Berlin side. And I just feel they're getting from strength to strength to strength, and I just have a feeling that they could actually pip Bayern Munich in this one. I'm actually going to go for a very surprising result here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Union Berlin, and I don't think people would be too surprised by that as well. But you never know in the Bundesliga. Some very, very interesting results in the Bundesliga. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Union Berlin. So going for a few wee bold results this week, but we will see if they come off, of course, as well. We have SC Freiburg against Greuther Fürth. 4 wins to Freiburg and 1 draw. The last result was a 5-2 win to Freiburg. Hats off to Freiburg. Fantastic victory against Wolfsburg. A 2-0 win. And they are just an absolute fire right now. They're only 2 points away from the top as well. They're just getting better and better and better. And you know what? They're on a cracking run as well. Unfortunately, Greuther Fürth are not on a very good run. A 4-1 defeat to RB Leipzig. In the end, I think you probably say Leipzig probably got the better of them as well. They did go in the lead. Obviously, a penalty decision that Mukiele was all over the Greuther Fürth player, and obviously a good penalty finish from the Fürth player. But unfortunately, it was just a really, really dodgy tackle. But going into the second half, obviously Leipzig came back into it, and it was a very, very good 4-1 victory. So I think there's only one victory in this one. I can only see a 3-0 win to Freiburg. I really can't see anything other than a Freiburg win in this one. And then we move on to the Saturday evening kickoff, and it is Eintracht Frankfurt against RB Leipzig. 2 wins to Frankfurt, 2 draws, and 1 win to Leipzig. The last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. Well, Frankfurt, I have to say, you don't start like that against Bochum and expect to get away with it. Obviously, Brun, I think his name is, he got the first goal, obviously against his former club, didn't celebrate because, he used to play for Eintracht Frankfurt. And Sebastian Polter, I think people will remember that name from QPR days. He, the big striker, he scored the second for Bochum as well. But Eintracht Frankfurt, you just can't decide what result they're going to get. Is it going to be a draw? They beat Munich? You just don't know. You just do not know these days. And unfortunately, Frankfurt lost 2-0 to Bochum, and it was a surprising result, you'd have to say. RB Leipzig managed to get a 4-1 win over Greuther Fürth. The pick of the goals for me was probably Dominic Szoboszlai. Very good finish, that one. Outside of the right foot. Flicked into the back of the net. It was a very, very good finish. Christopher Nkunku playing really, really well as well. Emil Forsberg scoring on his 30th birthday as well. So very, very well done to Leipzig, because, they would have probably been a little bit concerned at being 1-0 down, but you have to say it was a very, very good fight back and to win 4-1 as well. I honestly don't know what to predict this one, but Leipzig in the better form. Eintracht Frankfurt, draw specialists, and very, very inconsistent. Pretty much, you'd have to say. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Leipzig. I think Leipzig will just pip this one, and it'll be a 1-0 win to Leipzig. And then we move into Sunday games, and we have Augsburg against Stuttgart. It is 1 win to Augsburg and 4 wins to Stuttgart. The last result was a 4-1 win to Stuttgart. Obviously, Augsburg a 4-1 defeat to Mainz. Their winningless run continues as well. It's been a very, very poor time of it for Augsburg as well, but they are on a bad run. I would expect them to probably get results eventually as well. But Stuttgart did need a last-minute equaliser against Union Berlin. Really, really impressive, that equaliser to get in the very last minute as well. This is a very tough one to call. I haven't had a draw yet. This is going to be my only draw of the week, I think. I think Augsburg are just going to scrape through with a 1-1 against Stuttgart. So I'm going to go Augsburg 1, Stuttgart 1. And finally, we have Borussia Mönchengladbach against VFL Bochum. 2 wins to Mönchengladbach and 3 wins to Bochum. Very interesting. But then again, there have been club friendlies between these two, and the last meeting was a 2-1 win to Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach. You just want them to get a winning formula don't you? I mean, look, they've been very unlucky in some games, and then in some games they've been a little bit unlucky in parts, but disappointing. Very, very disappointing. They really do need to get back to a winning formula as well. Bochum, really impressive 2-0 win over Eintracht Frankfurt, a much needed victory as well. So hopefully Mönchengladbach can win this one. This is a Sunday game. It's the last game of the weekend of the Bundesliga. I am going to go for a 2-0 win to Mönchengladbach. I expect them to bounce back, and hopefully we will bounce back and we will see the Die Fohlen actually get a win in this one. So Mönchengladbach 2, Bochum 0. So there's my predictions. I'm pretty sure you have your own. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. So I've gone Hoffenheim 2, Hertha 1, Bayer Leverkusen 1, VFL Wolfsburg 2, Borussia Dortmund 3, FC Köln 1, Arminia Bielefeld 0, VFS Mainz 05 1, Union Berlin 2, Bayern Munich 1, Freiburg 3, Greuther Fürth 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, RB Leipzig 1, Augsburg 1, Stuttgart 1, and Borussia Mönchengladbach 2, Bochum 0. And now it is time for Mr. Hattie as well. So Hoffenheim against Hertha BSC. What's it going to go for? Home win. Home win for Hoffenheim against Hertha BSC. Bayer Leverkusen versus VFL Wolfsburg. Away win. Away win. Agreeing with me so far. But we'll see what happens anyway. Borussia Dortmund versus FC Köln. That's this one. Draw. Could be. I don't expect FC Köln to go to Dortmund and get something, but you never know. You never know indeed. Arminia Bielefeld versus VSF Mainz. Another draw. Another draw. That could easily be a draw actually. That could easily be a draw. The FC Union Berlin versus Bayern Munich. Away win. I think I'm being a bit hopeful there, to be honest with you. But predicting a Union win, but we shall see what happens with that one. SC Freiburg against Greuther Fürth. Home win. Yep. I think that's a home win as well. Hattie seems to be doing okay at the moment. Eintracht Frankfurt against RB Leipzig. Away win. Yeah, I think you could be right there. Away win indeed. Augsburg against Stuttgart. Draw. I think I went for a draw actually as well. So I think Hattie could be doing pretty well here. And the final game is Borussia Mönchengladbach against VFL Bochum. Home win. So let's see. So the hat has gone for a home win for Hoffenheim against Hertha Berlin, an away win for Wolfsburg against Bayer Leverkusen, a draw between Dortmund and FC Köln, a draw between Bielefeld and Mainz, an away win for Bayern Munich at Union Berlin, home win for Freiburg against Greuther Fürth, away win for Leipzig against Eintracht Frankfurt, a draw between Augsburg and Stuttgart, and a home win for Borussia Mönchengladbach against VFL Bochum. So that's what I think. That's what the hat think. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But until then, it is goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. And we'll see what happens in match week number 10. Obviously, this video will be out at 7 o'clock this evening. So get your predictions in as well, and obviously we will see what happens in these games anyway. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.